Okay, welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's keeping well, keeping safe. This is the final one of this series on claret flies, and hopefully everybody's enjoyed it and found it useful, and hopefully maybe try another sort of style and pattern of flies to try this season. As I say, this is the final fly in the series. As you can probably see, it's called a Mairi shrimp. And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, yes, I could sort of give you some of the background to it secondhand, but I thought, who better to speak to than the man himself? So it's a Ross Macdonald pattern. So I had a chat to Ross earlier on, and he kindly agreed to give a wee bit of background about the fly. So hopefully you enjoy this. And
All right, everybody, welcome back. As you know, what we're doing is a series on claret flies, and we've done the first three of those already, and we're now down to the last but not the least, and that's the Mairi shrimp. And as I was thinking about it, whenever I had written the article originally, I had been chatting to Ross. It's a Ross Macdonald fly. So I was thinking, rather than me try to explain what about a wee bit of background to the fly, I thought, why not speak to the man himself? So I've known Ross for quite a number of years, probably before we both had kids or just about to have kids, Ross. So
that's a long time now, Andy.
Yeah.
2000 and I don't know, 2005, something like that.
Yeah. So we had a sort of joint interest in fly tying, and then we used to Ross would come over to Ireland to fish, and I would have gone over to Scotland. So we had some good times. And,
oh yeah. I remember the first time I went over. We had a cracking day in the morning. Remember?
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Some like grills that were like rugby ball shaped, weren't they?
Yeah, really well made fish. And I think was that the first time you had some early prototypes of the park shrimp? Yeah.
I'd got you'd give me the orange badger hackle. Actually, I still got a bit of that cape. Actually, I keep it just for myself.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of blood orange, I've never seen the colour quite that shade since.
Yeah, very cute. But no, we had a good trip that time, and I think we were out. We started in the Mourne. We did a bit of a road trip. Started in the Mourne, then went up to the Oanea, and we had a good day there. I think you had a memorable fish, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I never landed it, but it just led me a merry dance. I forget which beach we were on now. Was it 8 or 9?
I think it was 8 or 9.
It was close to the sea.
Yeah,
and I hooked this fish in a wee tube, and it just went crazy. I never got it, but it just ran about mad. I had no control over it, but it was fantastic.
Yeah. Those are the ones you always remember. But you have unfinished business in the Oanea. You'll have to come over again and.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was me a fish.
Yeah, but basically after that, then our final leg of road trip then was down to the Moy, and I can remember that was probably the first time, probably about 2006, that we were tackling up. I was using the usual sort of cascades, and I think you had maybe a cascade on the point, and then the dropper you pulled out this long tail claret shrimp. It was the first time I'd ever seen one. I wasn't too sure, but I think you ended up maybe 1 or 2 fish on it. So
I think so. We did all right, didn't we?
Yeah, that was another good trip.
Yeah.
But, I suppose it's really just thinking then in terms of the Mairi shrimp and a wee bit of the history. I know there's a lot of sort of hallmarks which are quite similar to an Irish sort of shrimp fly. I know you like claret generally, but
yeah, well. So of course, there's a few things at play there. At that time I was certainly interested in Irish shrimps. I remember there was a good article. It was that Robert Gillespie had done with was it Peter O'Reilly?
It might have been, yeah.
In the top 10 Irish shrimps. Anyway, there was, it was Robert's top 10 selection. I remember there was an Irish shrimp in there that caught my eye. I think it was McCaffrey's claret shrimp.
Yeah. Robert McCaffrey.
Yeah, so claret shrimp. So I remember being struck with that, and I really was struck with the Sealsford bodies as well. I think they wrote something in the time about giving a strong profile of the fly, so that kind of stayed with me. But when I come up with the fly, it was just several different things coming together. I'd got a really nice piece of claret bucktail. We were fishing the Thurso quite a bit in those days, and my dad had got this lovely piece of claret. Me and trying to do something with it because it was such nice stuff.
Yep.
So I had that, and also I had some light bright. Now there'd been an article. It was Davy McPhail had done something about light bright. I forget the year now. It would have been mid-2000, something like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, I got myself some of that from Summers in Aberdeen, and I was dying to do something with that as well. So it all just fell together. I just had the materials, and then I thought I'll use the basic template of a long-tailed shrimp, and there you go, and that was it.
Yeah. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Indeed, yeah. So.
And it's done very well. A lot of different places, different rivers, isn't it? Obviously in Ireland it's done well, but
yeah, it does. Some of the Thursdays worked really well. My dad was gilling on the lough. He used to do really well on the lough with it. It was, anywhere where you get peat stained water, really. I mean, it's a great fly for that, And we used to fish it, up the Thurso and the Ness, Lough, all those places like that. So it was always just a very good fly. Yourself, Andy, anything you've got faith in, using it just as good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's confidence, isn't it? Confidence is a big factor. If you have confidence in that particular fly, in your setup, you do fish better, you fish and you fish longer, you fish harder. 9 times out of 10, you get results. It's like a self-fulfilling circle, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed it is. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But there you go. But yeah, I suppose that was your first of the Mairi shrimp, and then you had was the park shrimp, was it next? And then Calvin's?
Park shrimp was next. So that would have, been through 2007 or. I had variants of the park shrimp when I was over with you the first time.
Yeah.
We've got fish in the morning. So there was that then. A couple of years after that, then Calvin shrimp.
Yeah. Yes, because I remember I'd actually seen it. I was up in the Vaughan River in the northwest, and there's a wee tackle shop. I don't know if it's still there, Tom's Tackle. And I was in there browsing as you do fly tires, and he had a wall and he had these capes. And I thought I'd never seen a cape like that before, and they were whiting. But the thing that was different about them was they were dyed. I saw this lovely yellow and orange and the red, and I just thought those looked great. I started to experiment, and I think that's when you had seen it as well. And,
I mean, I think with those badger capes. That just changed everything. I love that in my shrimp flies. It just adds I like that darkness to the front of it,
Yeah. No, it just gives. I think a lot of it is contrast, isn't it, and adding a bit of texture to the fly.
Indeed, exactly.
Yeah, in nature you very rarely get something that's a uniform color, so it just adds a wee bit of.
That's right. You want and again, certainly in the park, something it gives it a real Willie Gunn feel,
Yeah.
That dark bit at the front, I think. So, like you say, it's all contrast.
Yeah, very good. Grand, well, good to speak to you, Ross. And as I say, everybody, claret is definitely well worth experimenting with. And thank you, Ross, for your time. And
Good to speak to you.
Stay safe, and I hope all the family stays safe. And hopefully we'll get a cast once this lockdown eventually finishes.
Yeah, we've got to go in.
Yeah, that's it. Unfinished business. We'll have to get you back over.
Brilliant.
All right, all the best. Thanks again, Ross. Take it easy.
Cheers, Andy. Bye.
Cheers.
All right. Well, hopefully everybody enjoyed that. As I say, I certainly find it always good to hear a wee bit about a particular fly, and particularly if you have the creator of the fly, that's even better. But Ross has obviously created a lot of different patterns, but claret would be his one of his favorite flies. So well worth tying a few up. So without further ado, we shall get started. We'll go back to our doubles. These are a loop down-eye double and a size 8, which hopefully will make it a wee bit easier for people to see. And the thread we'll be using is a red uni thread. So just as usual, we'll start about our middle point, and the tack on this fly is oval gold. So we'll just get a length of that and tie that in. Just as usual underneath. Just keeps the fly nice and neat. I'll just work our way down to to the rear, and then come back up. And as I say, level with the hook points is a good reference point to start. And just flatten that out in case it's spun, twisted a little bit. And just work our way up to the top of the fly. Lock that off, and then just bring your tinsel under the fly and cut it off. So this is a wee bit of a different style of tying than we've tied before. So it's a long tail Scottish style of tying. And quite a number of patterns use this style of tying. I suppose Cascade, Ali's Cascade, and would be one of the sort of most well known. But the tail on the fly is bucktail, and as I said, it's a nice dark bucktail. Different parts of the bucktail take the dye better than others, but I like this really nice dark from the center. You can see at the sides here it's a wee bit lighter, but I like the very darkest. So just grab a good pinch of that, and then just cut that off. And again, with bucktail, I actually prefer to. I don't like stacking it. I like to create a nice taper myself. So you can take any of the sort of shorter parts of it until you get a color or a density that you want. That's a note to self in future to put your phone on silent. Hopefully they don't phone back again. But you can just tease out some of those middle hackles, and that will I'll just have to give a wee bit of a taper. And just pull those out until you get the density that you actually want. Still a wee bit much. So whenever Ross was tying these, he quite likes a long tail. So we'll go just beyond the body or the length of the hook, and just a few light turns to begin with, and then once you have it tied in, you do tighter wraps. We'll go up, and then as I say, you can't cut it at an angle. That gives a nice taper to the body. And then once you've tied that in, just go over that and neaten up the body of the fly. And if there's any little rogue bits, you can just take those off with your tweezers. So that's the tail. And then Ross used a wee bit of pearl flash in the tail. I quite like gold and claret. I think it's a nice contrast. I'm just going to use a little bit of that, and not too much. You just want a bit, but nothing too much. You want to go overboard. So you can thin this out until you get to the thickness that you want. So again, I normally just do lift and lock underneath with the bobbin weight, and that locks it in. Pull it sort of shorter, a couple of wraps, and then fold it back on itself, and that locks it in. And then you can actually just taper that a little bit. So that's our tail, and then the body of the fly is two different types of material. So as Ross mentioned there, the first of the materials is yellow light bright, and this is a new material that sort of came on the market around about sort of the mid 2000s. And yeah, very popular material, lots of synthetic materials. This one was Spirit River, which is one of the sort of the first ones to come on. And it gives a really nice bright contrast to the fly. I won't put too much on. So just create your double loop as normal. And just wrap that on. And that's probably enough. So you don't need a huge amount. So then what we're going to do now is that we're going to tie in a rib. And the rib is it's oval gold. So we get lots of different ovals around. And the one I'm using just as a uni one. Underneath just as usual. Shorten that a little bit. And then the main part of the body is it's claret, and it's claret seals fur. So there's actually Tony was asking me in some of the comments about claret and different shades of claret, and in Ireland we like claret at different shades of claret. So this is again just a natural seals fur dubbing, and you just get these boxes, but you can see we've got a light claret, we've got a medium claret, we've got a dark claret, we've got black claret. So we definitely do like our clarets here in Ireland. Although these would obviously be for trout fly, so I'm going to go with the dark claret. I think it gives a nice blend. So pre-wax the thread, and again, just with your fingers, just build up a dubbing rope. And again, this can be as sort of dense as you want, or as straggly, just your personal preference. I suppose I like it sort of medium, but butt it up right to that seals fur, and you can see it gives a very nice contrast to the seals fur. I'll add a little bit more on. That should nearly be enough. Definitely could do with better wax. Just build up a nice body. The seals fur. And stroke those back. So hopefully you can see there the contrast with the light bright and the seals fur. is good, and just with your dubbing needle you can't tease some of those out until you get to the right sort of consistency. One wee trick is, because you're tying a wing, sometimes you can just trim the ones at the top. Just makes it a little bit easier to tie that wing in. I have a fairly straggly sort of body, but you can have it less straggly. It's just really is personal preference. So just tying our rib, and then two more things to do. We have our wing and then the front hackle. So hopefully you can see that starting to take shape. And yeah, starting to look good. Just tidy some of these things away. Yeah, and then for the wing, we're going to use some squirrel, and this is a natural squirrel dyed a nice orange colour, which is similar to what I used in the flamethrower. So just grab a pinch of that and cut it off. Again, so the orange and the claret really do. It's a super combination. And the thing with squirrel is it's a bit of a slippery. Can be a slippery customer to tie with. So always put a bit of wax. Make sure you do put a bit of wax in. What is wee man Shams asking about? Not quite sure. New one on me, yeah. It certainly is a new pattern. Certainly, a lot of people might not have seen it. So yeah, just want to be tying in our wing, and just do a pinch and loop to tie it in. Just place it in. And like before, say I do a turn just underneath, and that just means it won't go anywhere. And Sean, no ribbing in the light bright. I know Ross particularly, he likes it quite straggly. If you have a look in the original article, it was it's very straggly indeed. Don't know if you can see that there. So it really is. It's very straggly, and I know Ross is quite a fan of. As you fish the fly, that becomes even more straggly. So yeah, no rib on that particular part of the fly. So we're nearly there. Just got our jungle cock and then our front hackle, and that should be us. So just with our place those in just as usual. Now once you're happy with the placement, fold those back, and you can trim off the hackle points. So yeah, that's it, nearly taken shape. And then the final thing, as I say, is really just our front hackle. And yeah, again we're going back to our a really dark claret, Tony. So that's a very dark claret, which is in contrast to this one, which is a more ruby one. So you got a very dark claret, and then you got the ruby. So lots of different shades of claret. And as I say, in Ireland we're big. It's a very much a connoisseur of claret. It's big into in lough flies. So just introduce that at the side as you normally would, and then just using the back of the pair of scissors, stroke those fibres back. Now you notice as well I've gone for quite a long hackle, which is something that Ross likes for this fly. So just get our hackle pliers and then just start wrapping that as usual. In this particular cape I have, the fibres they're not the densest, so you probably do more turns than I would normally do, but we'll get there. And say every wrap you do, just do another, just stroke those fibres back, any errant ones. Do one more wrap, I think, and that'll do us. And that's nearly the fly completed. So as Ross was saying, very good pattern for dark peaty rivers. Wherever you have those dark peaty rivers, it works very well. So just stroke those back with your hand, and then cut off that head. So that's really our fly completed. Just finish that off. You can do as big or as neat a head as you want. I'm fairly happy with that one. So we'll just whip finish that, and I'll show you the tail of the fly in a minute, but it's not actually too heavy. Although again, these things are a personal preference. So a couple little fibres there which I don't like, so I'll just take those off. So that's really the fly. As they caught fish all over in the UK and Ireland, so well worth tying a few of those up. So hopefully you can maybe see that finished fly. What I'm just going to do is just going to do a little bit of varnish, and that'll be it, just to finish it off. Hopefully everybody's enjoyed this. I think I have to think about what the next sort of series will be. So if there are any particular patterns or types of flies that you'd like to see next, let me know. Somebody had mentioned a few Dolican patterns. Dolican are big Lough brown trout that we would fish for, quite similar to sea trout. So a lot of the patterns are quite like sea trout. there's a couple of patterns that I would use and do quite well. So I'll tie up those. But if there's any other patterns that people would like to tie, just let me know and I shall do my best to tie them. But yeah, that's the Mairi shrimp. Very good pattern for, as I say, dark sort of peaty spate rivers. Well worth having a few of those in your box. Certainly I have a few of them, and well worth trying. So yeah, that's really us. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed that. And yes, I see there's lots and lots of comments. I shall try to get back. Hopefully I've answered most of those. Yeah, it's quite a few, so I'll if I haven't answered them, I will get back and hopefully answer any queries. But as I say, hopefully you have enjoyed this series and you enjoyed the last series. Just trying to give people something to do, something to watch. It's a difficult time for everybody, so as I say, keep following the government advice, stay in, stay safe, and hopefully better times will be around the corner, and we can all get out fishing again. I know everybody is starting to maybe feel the cabin fever, but hopefully we'll get through this sooner rather than later. So as I say, stay safe, and any requests for other patterns, let me know in the comments section. The CV Salmon Dolphin flies is looks a popular choice, but as I say, if there's anything else, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching again. Thanks for Ross for the video earlier, and stay safe. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to see more, and we'll be in touch. All right, thank you.